My bones, I'm running through your mind even when you're on the road. And I gotta smoke this dope before I head out on my own. Surrounded by people, but I still feel like I'm alone.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy the chosen one, Jules Gotten, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I am super excited to make. I have been wanting to make this video for a minute, but I'm not gonna lie, the setup. I'm being lazy too, because I could have just I could just pop the phone and make this, because it's gonna be more of me just talking and more of a recommendation as well, for a series. Right now, I love my Undead Unluck. I love my Jujutsu Kaisen. I love my Kaiju number 8. I love my Mashiel. I love my new manga. But this manga, and it's not in the shonen lineup. I don't know what magazine it belongs to. But my favorite new gen manga right now, until like some crazier stuff happens, goes by the name of Juujika No Rokunin. And man, this manga blew my mind. I have to shout out, for Neverworld, because he's the one that put me on. I watch his videos still to this day. I don't care if I ever do get there, tons and tons of subscribers. I'm always gonna watch for Never. That's my guy. He's been my guy since I was 13 years old. He's been the one to put me onto a lot of things, but that's besides the point. But he's the one that gave the recommendation first, so I was like, yo, bro, I'm gonna read it, bro. I love dark series. He kind of talked about it a little bit, but when you watch a video, you forget. But when I actually read it for myself, I'm like, yo, normally I don't like things like this. This is like crazy. This manga is crazy, and I'm gonna get to that point. Like, it is so crazy. Like, I just can't put it into words, but it's so good. Like, you just want to read more and more and more. I think when I started reading, there was about 17, 18 chapters. I read it in one night. And some of them were monthly chapters. Some of them were I think anywhere from 25 to 45 pages. So the first couple chapters, because then they switch over to weekly, which I found it very weird. But yeah, I fell in love with this manga, and it's so weird because I don't typically like things like these. But let's jump into it. What is Juujika No Rokunin? So Juujika No Rokunin, and I have my PC up here to just kind of help me a little bit. I don't know all the characters yet. I know the main character. His name is Shun Omura. And basically, let's start off. So basically, essentially, what the premise of the manga is around, it's about a boy named Shun Omura, and he was getting bullied by 5 boys. But the translations are a little off, because I'm reading it through a third-party site that translates it, because right now they don't have any English translators for this manga at the time of this recording, and in general. So these guys, these people that just love this series, just like myself, these people, shouts out to them. I forgot, if I can, I'll put their names in the description for the specific site I use, just to give them some credit and give them some shout out. But these, guys and women, if I don't know, awesome translation. I appreciate it. But the only thing that's not clear, the main bully, I think the way you pronounce their name is, I forgot how to pronounce it, but it was off the top. It's like Goku in it or whatever. But they say it's a girl, but then they say it's a boy, so I'm not necessarily sure. I wouldn't mind it being a girl, because that would make the story even crazier, just because what I'm about to get to. So it's basically about a boy named Shun Omura, and of course he's my favorite character. You're gonna feel for him when I say that. He's maybe the bullies will end up being your favorite character, or maybe the girl. Let me just jump right into it. So basically, it's about a boy named Shun Omura, and it starts off when he's in elementary school, and he's just talking about how he gets bullied by these 5 kids every day. And I'm not talking about bullying, hey, you're ugly, or just beating you up. These dudes are torturing the kid, the poor kid. The first panels that you see reading it, this man is getting choked by the main bully. That I was saying, that I don't know if it's female or male yet, until we get the official translations from the magazine that licenses the manga, or whatever you want to call it. So basically, yeah. So the first panel, you just see some stuff you don't want to see a kid go through. So then he goes home, and he's just always explaining hey, when I get home, because he has a little brother that looks up to him, that adores him. And he's just yo, I can't go home and tell my my brother this. I can't go home and tell anyone this. I have to be I have to put on a brave face for my brother. and things just get so much bad. Things just get so worse for Shun, and just they just keep bullying him, like doing crazy stuff. I'm talking about like hitting him with airsoft guns, choking him, pushing him, like made him go like he ended up getting him and his brother like a stray cat, and like he didn't even tell his people. He's like he told his brother like we're gonna keep it on the low. So I guess he had put the cat somewhere, and the bullies like let him off into the woods, and in the woods they have all types of other creatures and stuff like that. And this is where I have to get to this part. I'm not gonna talk about every single thing the bullies did. I'm gonna talk get to the point. But so then when he went in the woods, he ended up seeing his grandfather. And his grandfather, sick, like looked like he was probably in the Yakuza or like the military or something like that. And he's like, Shun, like, bro, what are you doing in the woods by yourself? So he ends up walking, Shun home, and this is where the mom's like, yo, what are you doing with your grandpa? Like, you're bugging. Like, why didn't I tell you to stay away from him? And we don't understand why she wants Shun to stay away from the grandpa. We, at this point, I'm gonna like kind of spoil the first like chapter or two for you, just because I have to explain this to make you guys want to read it, because it is some gas. So then the bullying gets worse, and Shun's brother's like, I know you're not right, bro. Like, it's okay not to be okay. And then Shun just starts crying. So that day he finally tells his parents like, hey, look, this is what's going on to me at school, and they do like I don't want to spoil anything, because I'll get to the point why I don't want to, because there's more to it, and you'll end up seeing what each individual has personally done to Shun. So Shun goes and tells his parents like, okay, no problem, we're not gonna tolerate that crap. I don't know if they per se went to the school. They didn't really mention that, but all I know is they sold their house, and they moved. Yeah, they sold their house and they moved. They now Shun's in a different school, so Shun went to like the convenience store after school or whatever, and you kind of see the bullies plotting in the panel. Anyways, I didn't think anything was gonna come for it, but this is where the story just it's so effing dark. Like, it just is so effing dark, bro. Like, oh my goodness, like I don't know how to put it into context. Like, and right now I'm rubbing my eyes because I'm just like going back in my mind and just reading the panel and just like, how's this real? So then two of the bullies, because there was like one missing that day, but it was two of the bullies. One was this dude. He always looked funny as hell. I don't know. I gotta get their names. Once I get their names like down pack, and because this is going to be a manga on the channel for the future of it. Like, till that bit ends, that is gonna be on this channel. I love it that much. But I had to introduce with a recommendation. I can't just put a random freaking thing y'all never heard about on the channel and expect y'all to mess with it. I gotta try to get y'all to read it, then put the content out, and be one of the first YouTubers to put content out for Juujika No Rokunin. So let me keep thinking. So yeah, the bully's like, hey Shun, where'd you go? We haven't seen you lately. And he's like, kind of like, bro, what the hell are they doing here, bro? Like, they live on the other side of town, I live over here now. Like, come on. So they hand him a phone, and you kind of see, well, prior to him going to convenience store, the mom was like, hey, she told Shun like, hey, I'm gonna go get your dad, normal stuff, like, normal parents, they do their daily routine. So I have to put that into effect because I'm gonna get to the point. So they pass the phone to Shun. So the main bully, which is like the ringleader of everything, and this person, because I don't know the gender yet, so I don't want to be insensitive. So this person calls, is on the phone with Shun and says, hey, doesn't about this time your parents pass this mountain to get back home? And he's just like in shock. He's like, bro, like, oh yeah, like, what are you talking about? And they're in that exact spot, and Shun's just on the phone, and next thing you know, the mom's approaching, driving. The bully pushes one of the other bullies in front of the car. The mom swerves off the road, hits a tree, and they're dead. But the little brother was with him in the back. He has survived. So the main bully goes to the car, gets a rock, and starts bashing the brother on the head with the rock. And I'm not BSing you guys. Like, this truly happened in this manga. Like, when you read it, it's gonna be more raunchier and darker. I just don't want to describe everything that happens, because I want you guys to experience it for yourself. And also, I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. I don't know what I can't say when it comes to goriness and all that good stuff. But yeah, so like he bashes the brother on the head with a freaking rock, and like it is, bro, gruesome. It's a little boy. Like this is a boy on boy crime. So I don't know what per se happened. I mean, the brother wasn't dying, so that was the biggest thing too. And the brother was like, "What the hell happened?" Like before getting beat with the rock. But I don't know what happened that triggered the main bully to set the car on fire. And he sets the car on fire. So then, like, now we skip to Shun in the hospital, like, because I'm gonna get to where the crazy part happened, and I don't know what's gonna happen with this in the future. But Shun goes, he's just crying and everything, going through it like he just lost his family, and he knows it was the bullies. It wasn't an accident, Even though he told the detectives and everything, like, yo, it's an accident. Whatever. He knew this. Like, he knew it was the bullies, and the brother, like, the doctor's like, the brother ended up surviving, which is crazy. But the doctor goes to tell him, like, yo, your brother's burned bad. Like, he has permanent brain damage. Like, we don't know if he'll ever wake up. We don't know if he'll ever, be with you again. But, we'll keep him here, on support. I mean, I don't know how they afford that. I didn't ask too much questions. I'm like, it's a manga, so, what I'm saying? It's manga world. They can do whatever the hell they want. If they want to keep him in there for the free, they keep him in there for free. So, but let me get back to how I feel about this. As I'm reading this, I'm getting very, like, I'm enjoying it. Not in a per se the way, like, I like what's happening, but how great the storytelling is off the first chapter. This happened on the first two chapters. How good this writing is. I'm enjoying it because I like things that are structured. I like things that come off the gate and grab my attention, and this definitely grabbed my attention. So the uncle comes and he's like, hey, I'm your, I don't know if he knew him. I don't remember because it's been a while since I read the first chapter. I mean, it's been over a month. And I'm keeping up with it weekly, of course. Yeah, the uncle, he's like, yeah, I'm your dad's brother. Hey, do you have anywhere to go? Like, you can come with me if you don't have anywhere to go. And he was like, I do have somewhere to go. So he ends up going to live with his grandpa, which is crazy. And this is where we get to that super hot fire gas. So one day he was like helping his grandpa with something, and then his grandpa told him to go to some like storage room. But in reality, it's just like, yo, it's like some murderous type of shit, type of room, like, and it's just like this big room, and then he has like this banner with him and his like old soldier mates, because I told you, I thought he was like a soldier or like a yakuza type dude, and he has like his katana, like his katana is like on a stand, then he has all his boys, with him rocking. So then Shun goes to like the closet and gets his shotgun, and the grandpa's just like, yo, like, what are you doing, like, you're tweaking, and Shun's like, they're all gonna die. I'm killing everyone. He's like, yo, all of them must die. They need to die. And the grandpa was like, grandpa's like understanding, he's like, he gets it. Like, yo, these like, he knows what happened. Shun probably told him, like, because at this point, it doesn't depict or detect or display that they had any conversation about the situation. But I'm pretty sure prior to like this event in the chapter that, happened, Shun ended up telling his grandpa, like, yo, them boys killed them. So I don't know if his grandpa initiated or Shun, because like I said, it's been a little bit, and I have to like read up. I want to get better at my terminology with this series. I enjoy it a lot, and I love it. And it's a lot to remember because you're getting so much content. Because at first it was monthly, so you're getting so much content in a chapter. So then he goes to say, I think Shun asks like, hey, could you train me? Because his grandpa was like military, like he knows all these techniques. So Shun gets trained, and it skips about 4 years. So now Shun would be. No, I think it was more than 4 years. I don't remember. It had to be more. Wait, it had to be more because he's in high school now. It had to be like at least maybe 4 to 7 years, something like that. But now he skips to high school. He's like quiet. He's really under the radar. 2 of the bullies actually go to his school, not the main one. The main one goes to like a more prestigious school, because the popular one that does martial arts, whatever. So the 2 kids, so like they still think he's the same, Shun Umra. They like, he went to a different school prior to coming to this high school. So like everybody's like, oh, he's the same, whatever. And then there's this girl in his class. I forgot her name, but she's important. She is very important. So I have to remember her name, when I get better with terminology. And also, this is like a recommendation video. I don't need to tell you everything. So she just notices Shun to be like, the way is, and she ends up like just falling in love with this dude, like on the low, like, cause she just like, I don't know, she like thinks he looks good, and she just doesn't know him or doesn't know anything about him. So that intrigues her. Then like we have that situation that goes on, but then the main goal that Shun's on now, he wants to take all 5 of the bullies out one by one to make him suffer the way he suffered. But he also, this is just goes to show you how still after all that, because now he's a different monster. Like this man's a trained killer. Like his grandpa trained him to kill, trained him how to get rid of the bodies, everything, trained him how to do everything under the book. Like this man is a trained killer. Like this man is nothing to f with at this point. So like, so far from what I've read, he's already killed off 2. And I mean, it's not really a spoiler because we don't know that you don't know the names, you don't know which ones, and you don't know how it plays out. But I'll just go there to show you. So there's already been 2 they're gone. But the way he does them, that man's a different animal, bro. I seen Shun literally fight a dude super brawling and take this man's whole arm off, bro. With a pressure point technique, bro. Like he's a different monster. But you'll see like all the different like bullies, and like the main bully's loving this. Like he it's like he wants this to happen. He wanted this to happen, and it's so weird because now it's 3 left. So I don't know how long this manga really is gonna be, because it's 22 chapters in, and he's already gotten rid of 2, and there's 3 left. So I'm saying maybe 90 chapters, 100 chapters. I want more. Maybe there will be more of Juujika No Rokunin. Maybe he'll turn a different lead. I don't know. But what I would say, when Shun, before he does decide to do what he has to do to these boys to get his revenge, he makes sure that they're not they haven't changed. He makes sure, like, because he doesn't want to get rid of somebody that has changed and has felt the consequences of their situation. But throughout like the chapters, they'll have like meetings with everybody, like prior to like some of them getting knocked off, and they'll like talk about him. Like I remember when the first person got dropped, they already kind of depicted, but like some of them were like a little bit optimistic about like him not doing it. They're like, yo, he's too weak. But the main villain kind of like, I say villain, well, yeah, pretty much is the main villain, main antagonist. He or she always kind of like felt it was him, and then once the second person got bopped, it was confirmed it was Shun. Like there's no other person that would be doing this. Like in one by one, the whole clique is getting bopped. So yeah, that's crazy. The girl, like I said, like the girl that like is like, I would say she's in love and admires Shun. Like she's a very important part of the story. Like very, 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 very important. Like super important. And Shun, he just kind of wants her to stay away from him. It's not like, I mean, at a certain point you'll see like she can't really at this point, but like he tries to like avoid her getting close to him because he's wants to take out these bullies. He wants to kill them. Like it's over. Like his mind is made up. Like he's on demon time. Like he's not playing with these. He's not playing with these jits. He's not, he's not playing no more. Like he's gonna give you the one chance to show him. If he finds out like it's not like that, bro, my boy is gonna kill with no hesitation, no remorse. And also another thing too to point out that is gonna be crazy going further in, the detective, because my fault. Detective, like when the first one got dropped, he kind of pulled up on Shun and asked like questions and stuff like that, and kind of like to think, but like, yo, Shun's a savage. Like he didn't even like, cause like basically Shun was like, cause detective was like, are you sure these boys didn't have any involvement in your people's death? And he was like, nah, it was an accident. He's like, they told me it was an accident. It was an accident. But he knows. And the detective goes by saying, oh, like, so if they did or they were to have killed your family, what would you do? And he's like, I'll kill them all. Like serious. Like, yo, the art in this manga is beautiful. Please, guys, I'll drop the link in the description for where you can read the Juujika No Rokunin. Juujika no Rokunin. Dang, I gotta get used to saying the Japanese name. But yeah, you please, guys, please go and read this series. It's amazing. Expect it on the channel moving forward. Like, please, guys, read this series. Read it, 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 read it. Especially if you like gory, dark, crazy manga, anime, whatever. Read this, please, guys. I'm not steering you wrong. Trust me. You're gonna be like, Nen, you're gonna come in the comments when you read this. 22 is nothing. You could do that, and that's a sneaky link, man. For real, come on, y'all could do this. You're gonna be like, Nen, you didn't steer me wrong. You did not steer me wrong. You did not steer me wrong. That's it. So with that being said, I don't want to do no more talking because I ain't trying to spoil nothing, baby. But I hope you guys like the video. It's a little new, a recommendation. I haven't done this in a while since like Yu Yu Hakusho. But if you did like the video, if you're going to read Juujika No Rokunin, make sure to hit that like. If you want more from me, the chosen one, Jules Got It, make sure to subscribe. If you want to know when I'm dropping my next video, make sure to hit that bell button for all notifications. And with that being said, you already know what I'm going to say. You have a blessed day, a blessed month, a blessed week, and a blessed year. And as always, guys, it's your boy, the chosen one, Jules Got It, and I'm out. You're the bad guy, you're the cash shot. I just want my last pen.